Ever wondered how mercenaries in Conquest Earth master their skills? Well, it's a blend of training, instinct, and a sprinkle of raw talent that sets them apart on the battlefield. Our journey today starts with an introduction to a diverse range of skills these mercenaries possess. We will be delving into the intricacies of weapon skill, a discipline that enhances combat effectiveness with specific melee weapons. Then, we'll explore quick load and quick draw skills that optimize the handling and usage of firearms. We'll also discuss the importance of close quarter engagement and how it can turn the tide in confined combat scenarios. Moving on, we'll talk about the power-focused training of weapon mastery, the quick reaction of instinctive immediate action, the physical augmentation from strength training, the precision of dual shooting, the specialization of weapon proficiency, and the surprising effectiveness of shock volley. Ready to dive into the fascinating world of mercenaries? Let's embark on this journey together. First up, let's talk about weapon skill. This is an ability of the mighty that governs the use of a specified type of melee weapon. It could be anything from one-handed swords to chain weapons. This skill grants the character a +1 to armor bypass rolls when using the weapon type. This means you'll have an extra edge in combat. But how is this extra hitting power achieved? Well, it's through long hours of training and a certain degree of specialization. It's not something you gain overnight, but with dedication, the payoff is substantial. Even martial artists can choose weapon skill in their specialized weapon to add the extra +1 to their armor bypass. But that's not all. After years of drills with magazines and weapons, some soldiers become so proficient that they can reload in the same round as firing the weapon. This skill is known as quick load. It's a game changer on the battlefield, where every second counts. But remember, it's not something you automatically have. Quick load can only be selected by mercenaries at the 8th rank. So if you're not there yet, keep grinding, and soon you'll be reloading and firing in the same round, leaving your enemies no time to react. These two skills, weapon skill and quick load, work in tandem to make a mercenary a force to be reckoned with. With the ability to wield specific weapons with greater proficiency and the speed to reload and fire in the same round, you're not just a soldier, you're a battlefield maestro, orchestrating a symphony of destruction. So, with weapon skill and quick load, mercenaries become formidable opponents, capable of dealing significant damage. And remember, these skills are achieved through perseverance, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. So, keep training, keep drilling, and soon you'll be the one that enemies fear on the battlefield. Moving on, we have quick draw and close quarter engagement. The battlefield is a place of chaos and unpredictability, where the ability to react swiftly can spell the difference between victory and defeat. That's where quick draw comes in. Quick draw is a skill that seasoned mercenaries master to gain an edge in combat. It's all about speed and precision. Quick draw allows a character to draw a ballistic weapon and fire it in the same round. Now, this may seem simple, but in the heat of battle, every second counts. Normally, drawing and firing a weapon would take a full round, but with quick draw, a mercenary can do both in a flash. This skill can be used with 2 pistols, although if dual shooting is not chosen as a skill, the attack must be split between the 2 weapons. But what happens when the enemy is up close and personal? That's where close quarter engagement comes into play. This skill involves rigorous training to effectively use ballistic weapons when being physically assaulted by one or more assailants. It's not just about shooting, it's about maintaining control and accuracy despite the chaos of melee combat. Close quarter engagement halves the shooting modifier for being in melee. This means that every additional opponent only results in a reduced attack instead of a more significant decrease. If the opponent you're trying to shoot has aggressive fend, only half of his defense is subtracted from your attack, and any additional enemies in melee cost you fewer attack points. These skills, quick draw and close quarter engagement, are vital for any mercenary who wants to excel in combat. They enhance agility and adaptability, making a mercenary ready to face any close combat situation. With these skills, a mercenary can not only survive the battlefield, but also dominate it. These skills make a mercenary agile and adaptable, ready to face any close combat situation. Next, let's delve into weapon mastery and instinctive immediate action. These two skills are paramount for any mercenary looking to stand their ground in the heat of battle. Weapon mastery is the pinnacle of proficiency with a specific weapon, a testament to the long and arduous hours spent honing one's skills. But it's not just about the time you invest, it's about the focus. You must already possess the weapon skill in the weapon group you wish to master. Through this intense training, your character can achieve extraordinary power, gaining an extra +1 to armor bypass, and +1 piercing or power to damage or destruction when wielding the chosen weapon. This is not an easy feat to achieve, but the reward is well worth the effort. Transitioning from weapon mastery, we arrive at instinctive immediate action. Now, this skill is all about quick reactions and maintaining weapon efficiency in combat. Picture this. You're in the midst of a firefight, your adrenaline's pumping, and suddenly, your weapon jams. You don't have a whole combat round to clear it. That's where instinctive immediate action comes into play. It grants your character a chance to clear that jammed weapon before the next combat round. This is done by rolling under either reflexes or intellect on a 20-sided die. It's a lifesaver in a sticky situation. Both weapon mastery and instinctive immediate action play crucial roles in a mercenary's arsenal. Weapon mastery enhances your destructive potential, turning you into a formidable adversary. On the other hand, instinctive immediate action ensures your weapon is always ready to fire, minimizing the chances of getting caught off guard. In the world of Conquest Earth, every second counts, and every action can be the difference between victory and defeat. Mastery of these skills allows a mercenary to always be one step ahead of their adversaries. Weapon mastery and instinctive immediate action ensure that a mercenary never misses their mark. Now, we'll look at strength training, dual shooting, and weapon proficiency. Let's start with strength training. This skill is not for the faint-hearted. It involves a rigorous regimen of periodic injections with certain drugs and grueling workouts with the infamous very weight set. However, the payoff is significant. Each time you choose this skill, you gain a bonus to your natural strength up to a maximum of 3 times. This added strength can give you an edge in melee combat and allow you to carry heavier weapons and equipment. Moving on to dual shooting, this is a skill that truly sets the mighty apart. With dual shooting, a character can fire 2 one-handed ballistic weapons simultaneously without splitting their attack between the two. This means double the firepower and double the impact. However, remember that if you attempt to fire a weapon that typically requires 2 hands with just one, your attack is halved for each shot. Lastly, we have weapon proficiency. This skill requires dedication and a careful choice of weapon. Becoming proficient in a weapon grants you a significant bonus to your attack with that specific weapon. However, choose wisely, as once you've dedicated yourself to a particular weapon, you cannot change your proficiency. For example, if you choose conventional pistols or laser pistols, you can't later switch to pistols. This skill boosts your weapon handling capabilities, making you a more effective combatant. To summarize, strength training enhances your physical prowess, allowing you to wield heavier weapons and endure more in battle. Dual shooting doubles your firepower, giving you an upper hand in combat situations. Weapon proficiency, while requiring careful consideration, significantly enhances your effectiveness with a chosen weapon type. These skills enhance a mercenary's physical prowess and weapon handling capabilities, making them a force to be reckoned with. Last but not least, we have shock volley. This skill is the art of surprise, of turning the tables when you're close enough to your opponent. Imagine this. You're in a heated battle, you thrust the muzzle of your weapon unexpectedly under your opponent's ribcage, and then let a burst of automatic fire loose. The surprise and the impact is enough to temporarily stun them, just like a shock attack does. The beauty of shock volley is that it halves the penalty for melee. You've rolled to get within 5 meters of your opponent, and they're left defenseless, unable to protect themselves effectively. This skill is the epitome of the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. With shock volley, a mercenary can stun their opponents, gaining the upper hand. And that, my friends, is a brief overview of the impressive skills of a mercenary in Conquest Earth.